Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have
the ARC women's softball team taking on Sierra.
And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to a kind of a breezy afternoon here at Becky Russ Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Mark the Phantom Lowe here with Stones McCoy to my left running the show, and we have got ourselves a good one today, a doubleheader between the hometown American River College Beavers and the visiting Sierra College Wolverines at 28-1 on the season. They stand second in the state in the latest rankings, first in Northern California, and undefeated in Big 8 conference play, and they will be coming in here and facing Bree Romero in game number 1. The lineup for the Wolverines, starting us off, Ellie Enriquez, the shortstop, bats first, then Jazzy Smith, the third baseman, hitting second, and Faith Mattis, the catcher, batting third. Those are the first three. Going through the rest of the order, the cleanup hitter is Kendall Manley, who's in the top three in home runs and runs batted in the Big 8 Conference. Ari De La Loza, the first baseman, bats fifth. Addie Redinger is the second baseman. She'll hit sixth. Haley Barlow is the left fielder, batting seventh. Riley Ernst in right field hits eighth, and Kaylee Villette in center field, batting ninth. The pitcher, Amaya Sutton, with a 14-1 record and 1.50 ERA. So they're got their work cut out for them today. Do the Beavers coming off that big doubleheader sweep just a couple of days ago over Diablo Valley. They won that one impressive fashion in game 1, and then were out in impressive fashion in game 2, and it eventually got a little close for comfort before the Beavers took the 9-7 win and improved their record to 6-7 in conference play and 17-9 overall. Beavers started out conference 0-4. So we're ready to go. Here's Ellie Enriquez, 448 on the season for the left-hand hitting shortstop, and she is fourth in the conference in batting, and she takes the first one, and it's ball one. Enriquez, Smith, and Mattis, the first three against Bree Romero. Bree at 9-4 with a 2.90 ERA on the season. Her next pitch is on the outside corner. Call it strike one, 1-1. Enriquez again running up to as if she were to bunt or slap to let that one go. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Game number 27 for the Beavers, number 30 for Sierra College. Enriquez has a home run this year, and she's driven in 14 runs. For the Wolverines, she takes a 1-1 pitch, and it's high, 2-1. Hannah Peterbird's behind the plate. For the Beavers in this one, the first of two from Becky Russ Field at American River College. A little bit of a breeze in the air, 2-1. Bunts at it right down the first baseline, picked up by the pitcher, not going to have it time, and Enriquez beats that one out easily for the first hit of the game. So easy to see why she's batting up at 460. That was a perfectly placed bunt. Smith came in to try to get it, and so did Romero go to her left, and they kind of bumped into each other, but by the time they were able to pick it up, Enriquez was already past first base, and she's over there with the first hit of the game, and here's Jazzy Smith, the the third baseman. 362 on the year for Jazzy Smith. 2 home runs. She's driven in 23 runs on the season. She is a sophomore. First pitch is in there for a call strike. Enriquez leading the conference in stolen bases with 23. Made a move as if to go over there. Hannah Peterbird's jumped right up, but Enriquez stayed at first base. She takes her lead. Well, it's not a lead, but she takes her stance like a sprinter. So she's basically ready to go over there. Faith Mattis on deck. Here's the pitch. She goes. There's the throw by Petersburg. It's going to be a little high, and sliding in head first is Enriquez, and she is safe at second base. Stolen base number 24 for Ellie. Bella Garcia of the Beavers is second in that category with 18. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smith. Just getting started here. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Beavers at 6-7. Wolverines at 13-0 in Big 8 conference play. Next pitch is high and outside for a ball. Hannah Petersburg is behind the plate. Bella Garcia at third. Taylor McKay at short today as Callie Tomlinson takes over at second. Jackie Young at first. Jaden Diaz in right. Sophie Petersburg's in center. And Alexa Garcia over in left. 2 balls, 1 strike on Smith. That one is also high, 3-1. Faith Mattis on deck, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, the catcher for the Wolverines. Darcy Brownell, the head coach for Sierra College. Of course, Lisa Delgado at the helm for the American River College Beavers. 3-1 pitch. Hit high up in the air to left field. Moving back is Garcia. She shades her eyes. She has it. Enriquez tagged, but she's going to hold on as Garcia's throw is in on one hop. Well done by Alexa Garcia on left field. So Smith is retired on a fly ball to medium deep left. And that'll bring up Faith Mattis, the catcher.
15.
Faith also a sophomore, hitting at .333. She's got a home run, and she's driven in 10 on the season. Wolverines team average of .316. Mattis takes down low for a ball. Hannah Peterburg's behind the plate, very cognizant of Enriquez at second, and she got that ball and threw it right back to Bree Romero. 1 ball, no strikes. Kendall Manley on deck. That's hit up high, right side, second baseman. That's Tomlinson going out. She makes the catch, and Enriquez tags. The throw to third is going to be too late, as the ball was carrying Callie Tomlinson away from third base as she made the catch, and Enriquez took advantage and tagged. But an out for the Beavers, and that'll bring up Kendall Manley. Kendall Manley, .349 on the season. She's third in the conference with 6 home runs, and she is second in the conference with 28 runs batted in, tied for second with Elisa Cuevo of Sac City. Right-handed hitter takes on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Yep, I took a while to signal that one, and I'd already completed calling it a strike before he signaled it, and I was a little bit hesitant there, a little panicky, but I'm okay now. 0-1 on Manley. Kendall, a freshman. That takes something off that one. It's in there for strike 2. 0-2 on Kendall Manley. Ari De La Loza on deck, playing at first base in game 1. Also one of the aces of the Wolverines pitching staff. 0-2 coming up to Manley. That's too high, and it gets away from the catcher. Here comes Enriquez in from third, and she will score. So the Beavers look like they were going to get out of the inning, perhaps without having that run score, but an 0-2 pitch goes too high, and Enriquez scores from third on the wild pitch, makes it 1-0 in favor of the Wolverines. A bunt single, a stolen base, tagging up on a pop fly, and scoring on a wild pitch. 1-2 now on Manley. Pops that one up back over the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 run in. We're in the top of the first. We said Amaya Sutton on the mound for the Wolverines. Average is her ERA is 1.5, so that one looks looming very large for the Wolverines. 1-2 pitch. Hit sharply down the left field line. I think that's a foul ball, and it is. Not by much, though. But home plate umpire on that one right away made the call. So Manley ahead of the off-speed pitch that time. Hit it down the left field line, but couldn't keep it fair. So she'll be back in the box, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good luck to the American River men today on the road. They take on Santa Rosa in an afternoon game, and they are back Thursday at Beaver Field, and so are Stones McCoy and myself on ARC YouTube. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her on strikes. So 1 run on 1 hit. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's the Wolverines 1, the Beavers coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the first, Beavers trail at 1-0, and they will face Amaya Sutton. Will be Bella Garcia, Jaden Diaz, and Taylor McKay, the first three hitters against Sutton, who has some pretty impressive numbers pitching-wise. Third in the league with a 1.50 ERA. She has 14 wins against just one loss, an ERA of 1.50, and 127 strikeouts in 112 innings. First pitch is outside against just 17 base on balls. So the sophomore right-hander facing Bella Garcia, second in the league in hitting, 462 for Bella. Sutton's next pitch is hit sharply off the glove of the third baseman. Shortstop picks it up. That is Enriquez, but she's not going to be able to make a play, and that's an infield single for Bella Garcia. Hit it very hard off the glove of Jazzy Smith down at third. Elena Enriquez, the shortstop, picked it up or tried to, couldn't get it, and probably wouldn't have had her anyway. Rounding out the infield, Maddie Renninger at second, and Ari De La Losa over at first for the Wolverines. Haley Barlow in left, Valette in center, and Riley Ernst in right. First pitch is bunted by Jaden Diaz for strike one. Behind the plate is Faith Mattis, and on the mound is Amaya Sutton. Here's Diaz, 361 on the year for Jaden. She's been very successful getting on base lately for the Beavers. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. Sutton's next pitch is a little high, a little outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jaden Diaz, the freshman from Cesar Chavez High School. Garcia at first with the infield single. Wolverines lead at 1-0. Diaz bunts it down to third base, picked up and thrown to first right away by the third baseman Smith. So the sacrifice is successful by Diaz. Garcia moves down to second. And here's Taylor McKay. Taylor McKay, sophomore from Paradise, hits at 328. She has 10 runs batted in on the season for ARC, and she is up here with Garcia at second base, looking to tie the things up for the Beavers. Jacqueline Young, the cleanup hitter, is on deck. She's followed by Emily Ariano, today's designated player. Hannah Peterbird's bats sixth. That one is right down the middle for a strike on one. Alexa Garcia hitting seventh, Callie Tomlinson eighth, and Sophie Peterburs in the ninth spot. And, of course, Bree Romero on the hill for the Beavers. Oh, 1. McKay takes on the inside corner, call strike two. Good location by Sutton. She's ahead 0-2. It's a line drive left field, coming in and right in the right place is Haley Barlow, and the second out. McKay hit it well, but right at Haley Barlow in left field. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Jacqueline Young. She's been hitting the ball well lately, raised her average up to 329 on the year. She's got 3 home runs. She's driven in 15. She's a sophomore out of Casa Robles High School. And she's up here with 2 outs now as McKay put the bat on the ball well, but right at Haley Barlow in left field. Young takes, and that one is a little outside. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Emily Ariana, the designated player, on deck. The freshman out of Folsom. 1-0 to Young. She swings and misses. Had a good cut at that one. Ball tailing away from her from the right-hander Amaya Sutton. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, same place, no swing this time, but same result, strike 2. So 1-2 is Sutton, when she got the runner on second, seeming to bear down just a little bit more, as the good pitchers will do. And she's ahead in the count now, 1-2 on Jackie Young. That one just hits the outside corner, call strike 3.
Woo, not you, kid.
No runs, 1 hit. They left 1. We go to the second inning. The Wolverines lead it 1-0.
love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Back at Becky Russ Field for the top of the second. Ari De La Losa will start us off, then Maddie Redinger and Haley Barlow for the Wolverines. They scored once in the first inning. First pitch is off speed down low by Bree Romero. 1 ball and no strikes. Early start. Crowd still filing in out here. Big matchup between these two teams. As we said, top ranked in Northern California, Sierra College, 2nd in the state. That one is in there for a call strike, 1-1. 295 for De La Losa. She's got no home runs, but she has driven in 13 runs, and she also has an 0.74 ERA when she's on the mound, so that's a pretty good combination there. 1-1 pitch. Popped it up right back over us. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Romero at 9-5 on the season. Stones McCoy, amazed at his own wizardry on the cameras, has to show me stuff. Like you brought a frog home or something. You wanted to show, hey, look what I got. 1-2 pitch, outside, ball 2. I'm proud of you, Stones. Well done. Well done. You know. Got a very, got a big crowd out here today, and, probably a big crowd at home watching. So your pictures are telling the story, my friend. You're the Rod Stewart of this place, because every picture tells a story, in case you didn't get that reference. That's fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mentally catalog, if my reference is over 50 years old, I have to go ahead and explain it, just because there's nobody that understands anything about it. Rod, what? And no, not the do you think I'm sexy Rod. The other Rod, okay? Every picture tells a story Rod, okay? Let's get that out of the way right now. 2-2 from Romero. That is high. It's also inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to De La Losa, leading off the top of the second inning. Early in this game 1, Sierra scored once in the first. They lead it 1-0. Beavers had a runner to second, but were not able to push her across. 3-2. Fouled back to the screen once again, so we'll go at it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just a reminder, Jackie Young out at first, Callie Tomlinson at second today. Taylor McKay at short, and Abella Garcia at third. Alexa Garcia out in left. Sophie Peterburs in center, and Jaden Diaz in right. Hannah Peterburs behind the plate, and Brie Romero on the mound. Emily Ariana, our designated player for ARC today. De La Losa steps in, 3 ball, 2 strike count. Leading off the second, here it is. Inside corner, did not get the inside corner, so she'll go down to first base with the base on balls. Just the 29th walk given up by Brie Romero so far this season, and it'll bring up Maddie Redinger. Maddie, 339 on the year. She's a freshman, plays all the infield positions. 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Shows bunt, bunts it up in the air, pops it up. It's going to beautiful bunt picked up and then bobbled by the catcher, so she will reach first base. Don't know if she would have had to play at first base anyway if the ball was cleanly handled. So Redinger will be credited with a base hit. Second base hit of the game for the Wolverines, both on bunts. And with first and second now and nobody out, Haley Barlow comes up to the plate. Haley a home run and 16 runs batted in, batting at .318. The left fielder is a sophomore, and we'll be looking to see if she's going to drop one down. Bella Garcia alert over at third. Jackie Young the same at first, and she shows bunt, bunts it down to Bella Garcia. She's going to go to first and throw it to Tomlinson for the out. So it's a successful sacrifice by Barlow. And that'll bring up Riley Ernst with 2 runners on and just 1 out here in the top of the second.
Right fielder Riley Ernst.
Riley, a freshman, hitting from the left side. We're in number 3. Sierra's got the burgundy, that burgundy of Sierra, and white pants. Beavers are in the all-white home uniforms. Here's Ernst. No RBI on the season yet for Riley Ernst. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Beavers with the infield in here in the second inning, already behind 1-0. You figure up against Amaya Sutton, you're not going to get a lot of chances to score, so you've got to hold the Wolverines down as much as possible here in the early going. Kaylee Villette, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter on deck, but right now it's Riley Ernst. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. 1-1. One pitch coming from Romero. That just misses the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Riley Ernst, runners at second and third. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Popped it up left side. That's going to be out of play. Over into the bullpen area for the Wolverines. So a big pitch here for coming up for Bree Romero. 2 balls and 2 strikes. She's got De La Losa down to third, Redinger at second, and 1 out here in the second. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes, and the pitch was probably a little bit too high out of the strike zone. But the big pitch by Romero. 2 outs, but still runners at second and third, and Kaylee Villette coming to the plate. Kaylee,
Number 4, center fielder Kaylee Villette.
sophomore center fielder, hitting .276. She does have 8 runs batted in on the season. First pitch is a little bit high. Ellie Enriquez on deck, the leadoff hitter. Pushed the average up over 450 with the bunt single to lead off the game. Later scored on a wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Popped up. Will it stay in play? I don't know. Peterborough comes over against the screen, reaches up and can't get it. And I think it hit the screen before it came down to Hannah. So not really a pretty difficult play over there going to the screen. The catcher, first baseman Jackie Young came in. She couldn't get it either. So Villette will get another chance. 1 ball and 1 strike. I hear Stones McQuigg grumbling in the background, which means I probably did something wrong again. That pitch is high for a ball, 2-1. I'll hear about that in the post-show meeting. 2 balls and 1 strike. Those things have been brutal affairs. 2-1.
Mini USB, bro. That was 15 years ago.
That one is just a little high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Romero, a lot of borderline pitches in this half inning. Unfortunately, she's on the wrong side of the border in most of them. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike, and now there's going to be a meeting at the mound. I think they're going to come out and talk to Bree Romero, probably just to settle her down and say, hey, those are a lot of close pitches, and you're doing everything right. Just keep doing what you're doing. And that's just me, kind of like putting myself in the mindset of the coach. I usually on Stones to talk to me and tell me what's going on in these meetings, but he's off looking for USB ports or something. Are you okay now?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. You don't need to always pull the curtain all the way back and let everybody know what I'm doing.
I like pulling the curtain back a lot when it's you that's behind the curtain. That's what I like doing.
We're doing great up here. It's
okay.
a beautiful day for softball.
Isn't it a great day?
Yes.
Aren't we lucky to be here?
Yes, but we need a heater.
We do need a heater. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Stones, for coming on the air for that. That was fantastic. Good thing you're the president of the network, or else that would be a problem. 3-1 on Villette. Meaning at the mound is over, and so is Stone's career on air. That one is hit high up in the air on the infield. Young is going to call for it, comes in, and makes the catch. Nice job by Bree Romero to get out of that one. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Wolverines 1, Beavers nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, it's the most rewarding part about eating it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
So do you think Grateful Bread is, think that guy's a real Dead fan, Stones, and that's all he just was looking for a play? Oh, you know him. Oh, my gosh. He knows everybody. Emily Ariano, and then Hannah Peterburs, and then Alexa Garcia, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers in the bottom of the second. They trail it 1-0. First pitch, Emily is downstairs, the freshman from Folsom, hitting at a nice 500 clip with 8 runs batted in on the season. Getting a lot of at-bats here in the last week or so, and she has been delivering for Lisa Delgado and the Beavers. Here's the 1-0. Emily fouls it out the right side over by the wood chip mountain, which looks like somebody took some of the wood chips off there, Rick. It does look like somebody has been really kind of scaling down wood chip mountain because too many lives were lost in there. Yeah, it is. It's like 1-1 pitch. That's fouled back again, so it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mean, you got to have Wood Chip Mountain over there because it's an attraction, but it looks like they have scaled it down. Everything, financially, it's tough to keep anything going. It doesn't really pay for itself. The tour's not really that well attended of Wood Chip Mountain. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emily takes high and outside, 2-2. Maya Sutton on the mound again, 14-1 on the season, 1.50 ERA. She picked up her 128th strikeout back in the first inning against just 17 walks in 113 1/3 innings. Here's the 2-2 coming to Emily. Pops it down the right field line. It's a foul ball, and it'll get out of play into the bullpen area of the Beavers. So still 2-2, and Stones, no canine so far today. No baby. Well, actually, there is an infant down there, covered and everything. Well done, madam. So mom of the year, mom of the game has already been named, but we don't have any canines yet. And now somebody's taking a picture of Matt. Swing and a miss down on strikes. 1 out, and here's Hannah Peterburs. 3.05 on the season for the sophomore out of Roseville.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 8, the catcher.
1 home run and
Peterburs.
19 runs batted in. And now the mom's getting hugs from people who heard that she was the mom of the game. So she's getting it all, baby. That's a certain amount of status it conveys. Popped up. That's hopefully out of play. The catcher can't find it. And it's right on top of us. That was my skull. Fast Times at Richmond High 40 years ago. So I didn't have to say that one because it wasn't over the 50 years. But, dude, that was my skull. No balls and 1 strike. The umpire smiling because he heard that, and he is a big Ridgemont fan. Big fan of Judge Reinhold. Yeah, the pirate, when he was wearing his pirate hat stuff. Awesome. 0-1. Alexa Garcia to follow. That's line, but it's line foul. That one was up and in to Hannah, and she got mad at it and turned on it and ripped it. Like, as far foul as it was as the length of it, but still she hit it really hard. Well, at the bottom line, she is now down 0-2 in the count to Sutton. That's fouled over by the dugout as Dad Rick up here going, now the next pitch is going to be outside and she's going to foul it off, and that's exactly what she did. I don't know if that's good parenting or kind of some psychic stuff, which kind of scares me. Yeah. Still 0-2. Outside corner call, strike 3. Third strikeout, second call, third strike for Sutton. With 2 outs here in the second, Alexa Garcia comes to the plate. The freshman out of Rockland High School. 286 for Alexa. 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. She had a home run in the doubleheader against San Joaquin Delta last week. She's up here with nobody on, and the Beavers trailing 1-0. First pitch is on the outside corner. The umpire took the step back like he was going to call it a strike, but then didn't put the right arm up until quite some time had passed, 0-1. Swing and a miss. So Sutton really working that outside corner to the right-handed hitters. And it is 0-2. And she puts it there every time, so all of a sudden it becomes like a Greg Maddox strike zone on that corner. Same place, swing and a miss. So she strikes out the side, 1-2-3. We go to the top of the third. Wolverines 1, Beavers nothing.
Play-by-play right here on Stone Radio Network.
Top of the third, Wolverines have the top of the order. Ellie Enriquez, Jazzy Smith, and Faith Mattis up here against Bree Romero as we have our first sighting of Sam the Lab in the house. Gets the good seats, too. Although Sam could just go up to anybody and just take their seat, and they would be happy to give it up for Sam. So we have 1 canine and 1 infant. That's the count so far. 2 canines. Oh, that's a little one. That's a little puppy over there. Yeah.
Coach's dog. Coach David.
Enriquez takes that one high. Got the bunt single the first time up. Stole second. Went to third on a pop out to the right side and then scored on a wild pitch for the only run of the game so far. Ellie raises the average up over 450 with that bunt single, which was perfectly placed between first and the pitcher's mound. Romero, the 1-0 is slapped down over the head of the third baseman Garcia into left field for a base hit. So Enriquez is 2 for 2 on the day. Third hit of the game for the Wolverines. First one that left the infield. Just a perfect piece of hitting as it was past Bella Garcia before she could make an effort for it, really. And here comes Jazzy Smith. Flying out to left field her first time up. Enriquez, as we mentioned, leading the league, leading the conference in stolen bases, now 24 after the ones you got in the first inning. And here's Jazzy Smith. 362 coming in. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. And Romero delivered the pitch and then got out of the way, so she is cognizant of the threat over at first base. 1-0 on Jazzy Smith. 2 home runs on the season for the third baseman. 23 runs batted in. That's fouled at the plate as Enriquez was going. 1 ball and 1 strike on Smith, who has a very respectable 362 average on the season for the 28-1 Sierra College Wolverines. ranked second in the state, first in Northern California. Talking to one of the parents of the Wolverines before the game, and did not agree to go ahead and let us have a game here. I was trying to make my case. He said, well, we want to go undefeated in conference. I said, well, one loss isn't bad. You know, I was just trying to be fair. That one swung on a miss, gets out of the glove of Peterburg's. Going down to second is Enriquez, and they're going to call, I think, a foul ball. Let's see if they do. I think they do. Or else they trick the runner because she's going back to first base. But I think it was a foul ball. I think it was called by Rick, the scorekeeper. Or the scoreboard keeper, not the scorekeeper, the scoreboarder. 1-2 on Jazzy Smith. Took something off that, strike three. Great job by Romero. A beautiful pitch and got Jazzy Smith way out ahead of it and kept Enriquez over at first base, which is equally as important. And here's Faith Mattis, who popped out her first time. Hit a pop fly in foul territory right over to first base, out into the outfield grass, caught by Callie Tomlinson, the second baseman, and Enriquez was able to tag and move over to third, which became important when she scored on the wild pitch. Mattis at .333 on the season. She has a home run and 10 runs batted in. First pitch is inside, and Enriquez bluffs, and she does not go. Hannah Peterburg comes bouncing up ready to throw. 1-0 on Mattis. Kendall Manley to follow. Second in the league in home runs and third in RBIs is Kendall Manley. Line drive off the glove of Garcia down the left field line. Base hit. Enriquez is going to round second. She'll get into third. The throw is going to come to third. Going to second is Faith Mattis with the double. So a shot off Garcia's glove, nothing she could do about it. She's doing her best to flag it. It goes out into left field, picked up by Alexa Garcia. Her throw came into third, and on the backside, Mattis advances to second base. Fourth hit of the game for the Wolverines.
Me too. Thought her glove broke.
Oh, hand. She's holding her hand.
Looks like Garcia. So, Stones, come on here and tell me what you've spied. You're my guy in the field, even though you're up here.
Yeah, I see Garcia over there is holding her, looks like to be her left hand, which would be her glove hand, if I'm not mistaken.
That line drive.
And I heard Coach just yell down timeout for medical. So
Okay.
that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Okay, well done, Stones. That's pretty good from where you are, since you're right next to me, and you just had a much better idea what's going on, which surprises no one, really. So Garcia making the try on the line drive. She's going to get attended to when she returns to the field, which she hopefully will do. We have Enriquez at third and Mattis at second, and now Manley coming to the plate, who struck out to end the first inning, but over the season she's .349 with 6 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Possibly Alexa Garcia could have thrown that one to second from left field and kept Mattis at first, but it might have been too late. Enriquez was in there comfortably, and there goes Garcia back out in the field. And everybody seems to be ready to go. And Romero is going to come in and face Manley. Manley, the designated player for Sierra College in this one. The freshman, also listed as a pitcher. But she's up here now as a hitter. And here's Romero, second and third. Mattis at second, and Enriquez over at third. Ari De La Losa is on deck. Manley shows bunt, pulls it back, pops it up on the infield. It looks like McKay at short is going to call for it and make the catch for the second out, and that's a big pitch by Bria Romero right there. So 2 outs, and now back in the first they got the second out, and then a wild pitch allowed the run to score, so not out of the woods yet. Ari De La Losa, who walked in the second. She's got .295 average and 13 runs batted in. So she is a presence at the plate as well. Maddie Redinger on deck, but right now it's De La Losa, the freshman, up here against Bria Romero. First pitch is down in the dirt. Nice block by Hannah Peterburg behind the plate. With Enriquez come at third, you don't want to let it get away at all because she has shown pretty good speed out there so far in this one, just in the top of the third. 1-0 Wolverines, and Romero trying to shut down a rally here as she did in the second. De La Losa swings and misses at an off-speed pitch, 1-1. Bri Romero using the off-speed pitch pretty effectively so far in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away and medium deep for De La Losa. Infield regular depth, 1-1 pitch. Got the outside corner call, strike 2. That's that outside corner that is featured so much with Amaya Sutton on the mound. I think that's the first time, or maybe the second, that Bri Romero has hit that corner. So it puts De La Losa in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd gradually filing in. This is a big doubleheader here between Sierra and AR. Here's the 1-2. That's outside, 2-2. Tried to throw that one a little harder and send it a little further outside, which she did both of them, but did not get the hitter, De La Losa, to offer at it. Ari wearing number 16 for the Wolverines today. Two. Hit sharply out towards shortstop, handled by McKay. Over to first, in the dirt, scooped up, got her. Good play by Jackie Young over at first base, scooping the throw. Good job by Bri Romero to get out of it. No runs, 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Wolverines 1, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff.
Okay, emergency return. The play was reviewed after the play was over. The umpire was told that Young came off first base while she was making the catch, the short hop at first, so she came off the bag. So De La Losa is going to reach base. Scoring is Enriquez. Moving to third is Mattis. And the arrow will have to be charged to Taylor McKay at shortstop. And the batter is Maddie Redinger. Apologies on that. We'd already settled in. Stones and I were playing in the next inning, and all of a sudden they came back and told everybody that the first base, she was pulled off. She didn't bobble the ball, if I understand correctly. She was pulled off the bag, which I didn't quite see. That one is in there, call strike 2. But nonetheless, the run scores. Error charge to the Beavers. And Maddie Redinger now, she's got a chance to bring in that third run. She singled her first time on a bunt that she was trying to sacrifice, and she beat it out. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, got her on strikes. So good job by Romero. We're going to take just a half a second here and say, yes, it is call strike 3. We'll take away again, but this time as we go to the bottom of the third, it's Wolverines 2 and Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the third, Callie Tomlinson, Sophie Peterburs, and Bella Garcia, 8-9-1 for the Beavers against the Wolverines, who, unlike the last time we broke, now lead 2-0 as they picked up a run in the top of the third. 4 strikeouts so far for Maya Sutton, and here's Tomlinson, 281 for Callie. Hits it sharply out towards second base, picked up out there by Redinger over the first for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Beavers here in the bottom of the third. And Sophie Peterborough is coming to the plate, the number 9 hitter. 3:19 on the air. Reminder, in addition to being on ARC Athletics YouTube, which we thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll subscribe to that and follow us all season long. We also, if it's audio only and you don't have the capability or the desire to watch what's going on, you want to hear it as in the radio days of old, just download the Mixlr app, MIXLR, and search Stones Radio Networks, and we're right there. Sophie takes high for a ball. They're going to ask if she swung. She did not. 1 ball and no strikes. Rick, the scoreboard operator, is just an endless supply of witticisms and just reactions. There's chopped over the third baseman's head and is off the glove, and Sophie's going to reach on a base hit. Jazzy Smith had the tip of her glove on it. I don't know if she would have been able to throw out Sophie, who's very fast, running down to first, but it bounced off the top of her glove. Second hit of the game for the Beavers. Both of them off the glove at third baseman. No fault of the third baseman. Both hit well by the Beavers. And here's Bella Garcia, who got that first hit back in the first. She hit it sharply to the left of Smith, who just barely got her glove on it. So 1 out, 1 on, and here's Bella Garcia. She shows bunt, takes it. It's right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Interesting. Smith came in on that one. Enriquez, the shortstop, went over to cover third, which I thought was a curious choice with runner first, but you never know. Could have didn't see the right side. That one is outside. 1-1 on Bella Garcia. Jaden Diaz to follow Bella here in the third. Beavers have their second hit of the game. 1-1. Outfield straight away and a little to the left for Garcia. She chops that one out towards second base. That's going to be a tough play by Redinger. She flips it over and she got her at first base. Quick play by Maddie Redinger on second base to get Garcia. Moving to second is Peterborough, and here's Jaden Diaz. With 2 outs here in the third.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 6 for right fielder Jaden
Diaz with the sacrifice bunt, her first time up, went down third base way. She was thrown out by Jazzy Smith, so no official at bat for Jaden yet. She takes that one right down the middle for a strike, so it's 0-1 on the left-handed hitting freshman from Cesar Chavez High School. Taylor McKay to follow for ARC. Second time they've had a runner in scoring position in the first 3 innings. Diaz swings and misses on Took, and they pulled the string on that one, did Sutton. Diaz way out in front of it, literally and figuratively. 0-2. Maya Sutton on the mound. Faith Mattis behind the plate for the Wolverines. That one's high for a ball, 1-2. Jazzy Smith over at third. Ellie Enriquez at short. Maddie Redinger at second. Ari De La Losa at first. Riley Ernst is out in right. Kaylee Villette in center. And Haley Barlow over in left. 1-2 pitch coming to Diaz here in the third. She fouls it on the left field line over by our guy with the camera there, who's kind of looked around and said, I picked one spot in this whole area, and it came right at him. That's our guy, Jamil Pugh. In the old days, he would have just jumped up 44 inches in the air and jumped over it in his days at Grant High or Sac State. What a ball player he was. Here's the pitch. That lifted foul again. Just misses Jamil over there, and he's looking around like it's a personal attack now. He's like, that's 2 in a row. Come on, Jaden. I thought we were friends. These kids today, though, you never know where you stand with them. That's the thing. You never know. Especially if they're yours. 1-2. Tell me about it, Stones. Diaz hits it foul down the third baseline, and she's kind of like nailing it in. She's going around the circle. She's got really far to the left, a little bit further up the aisle there, and now she's over almost on the field of play. So she's working. The next one will be right at the coach's box, and then this next one will be in play. Okay? Playing around the world or whatever that was. I like that game. Of course, when I was a kid, the world was a lot smaller. Kyrie Irving plays that all the time. That's in the dirt outside, 2-2. He plays around the world and he hits three and then he just falls off. Yeah. That's the end of the game. Come on in for dinner. 2-2. Sophie Peterburg's out at second. 2-2 count on Jaden Diaz. Hits it sharply out towards shortstop, picks it up across the diamond, and gets her by a half step at first base. Good play, Elena Enriquez. So one hit, but nothing going on for the Beavers. We go to the fourth, and it is Sierra College 2, American River nothing.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along to the top of the fourth, 2-0 Sierra. Haley Barlow, Riley Ernst, and Kaylee Villette. 7, 8, and 9 against Bria Romero. Barlow sacrificed in her only appearance back in the second inning. First pitch is on the inside corner for a ball. One ball and no strikes. I know that sounds contradictory, but that's the way I saw it, and that's the way I'm going to say it. Inside for a ball. 1-0. That one is clearly high. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Barlow, a home run, 16 runs batted in on the season. She's hitting .318 coming into this game, so still .318 after the sacrifice in the second inning. Hits one up in the air toward right field. Diaz has got a move on it coming over toward the foul line. In fair territory, she makes the catch for the first out. And that will bring up Riley Ernst, who struck out her first time up, the right fielder, hitting it 139 coming in.
Number 3, right fielder Riley Ernst.
Just a freshman. Left-handed hitting right fielder steps in. One out here in the fourth. She bunts it, but foul back to the screen. So it is 0-1. Bella Garcia crashing in from third base on that one. Jacqueline Young doing the same from first, and that means Callie Tomlinson coming over from second base to cover first. That puppy wanted to go visit Woodchip Mountain, and Mom said, no, you can't go over there. There's a lot of legends about that. We don't want you going over there. 1 ball, no balls and 1 strike. That's hit sharply down to third. Garcia has it. She's going to have to hurry. Picks it up and throws and gets Ernst by a step over at first base. 2 outs for Romero here in the fourth inning, and Kaylee Villette comes to the plate. She popped up to second base, her only time up. The sophomore center fielder hitting at .276 coming in, 8 runs batted in. Trying to get something started. Turn the order over to Ellie Enriquez. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0 on Kaylee Villette. 1 in the first on a wild pitch, and 1 in the third on a overturned call at first base for the Wolverines, and that's how they piled up 2 runs in this one. Check swing, she went around, so that is 1 ball and 1 strike on Villette. 4 hits so far for the Wolverines. Beavers have 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. Romero, the freshman from Sheldon, delivers off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and it looked like most of the infield for the Beavers thought that was 3 strikes because there was a little bit edging over toward the dugout. And when I'm the only one who knows what the count is, that's this world is in a sorry state, I'll tell you that. That is just outside, 2-2. I'd been a little high as well, so evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Romero's 2-2. Call strike 3. Good job by Romero. 1-2-3. We're back with Stones McCoy's mid-game report in a minute, but right now we'll go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Sierra College Wolverines lead it 2-0.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Middle of the 4th, Sierra College leads it 2-0, which means it's time for the Stones McCoy mid-game report. And Stones, I know you like a well-played game, and the difference in this one, to my mind, is a wild pitch in one inning and a bobbled throw at first in the other inning. Otherwise, we're pretty even.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just a slightly misplayed bunt by ARC, and that allowed that first run to score, and that's a tough one because, as you said, this pitcher, a sub-2 ERA.
Yeah, Sutton's really good.
And so, you can't allow too many runs to score, otherwise you are going to get in a hole. But the defense for Sierra has been tremendous, and that's what's keeping them in this game.
That's actually nailed that one, Stones. Thank you very much. The Stones and McCoy mid-game report brought to you by Stones Radio Networks, of which Stones himself is the president. Here's Taylor McKay leading off the bottom of the 4th, followed by Jackie Young and then Emily Ariano. McKay flied to left her, only time up back in the first. 3:28 for the sophomore from Paradise High. Fouls that one out of play to our right. 0-1 to Taylor McKay. We're number 3 for the Beavers. 4 strikeouts so far for Amaya Sutton. Gives her 131 on the season. McKay hits one slowly down the third baseline, but that's going to roll foul. Picked up over there by Jazzy Smith. 0-2. One of the keys, of course, to Sutton's success. Only 17 walks over her first 115 in the third innings pitched. Oh, 2. McKay takes inside on an off-speed pitch, and she gets in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th here from Becky Rusfield. Really good crowd out here checking out this doubleheader. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackie Young on deck, who took a call third strike back in the first inning, so she's itching to get up here for some retribution against Amaya Sutton. McKay pops one up down the right field line, trying to get out of play. It's going to be into the bullpen area, which has actually got a little activity. I think that's Callie Tomlinson down there throwing. Every time I say that, it makes me smile because the last time we saw Callie down in the bullpen, she was throwing. She threw the first one over the catcher's head, over the fence into the soccer area out there. And maybe we won't bring Callie in right now. But it was just, it was fine. She was just getting loosened up. So no panic. 2-2. McKay hits it up in the air, right field. That's a foul ball, but giving chase out there is Riley Ernst, but she's not going to get to it. And it will be just a foul ball. As McKay putting the bat on the ball, got to get it fair here, as Jimo Pugh says, I've had enough of that spot. I am going somewhere else. And I guarantee you, wherever he sets up, he's going to get one within the first 5 pitches. Because that's just the way that's the way baseball works. Softball works. It's all the same. So Jamil says, I'm going to the outfield. Forget it. Nope, he's going over there by the dugout. Popped up. That's going to come back towards us, and I might have a chance at that one. No. And some lucky young man gets a souvenir, which he has to promptly give back. Because, I mean, this is, community college district. You don't just take it home, You might want to get it autographed by Stones McCoy after that last mid-game report. And I can hardly blame him. Go back. We'll do it 2-2 again. McKay hits it high in the air to left field, but playable out there for Barlow. Now she's going to come all the way over into foul territory and make a snow cone catch on the run for the first out. So a long battle for Taylor McKay, ends up with the fly ball to left field, and that'll bring up Jacqueline Young.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 16.
Jackie, 329 coming into the game today, has 3 home runs, has driven in 15. She took the call, third strike on a generous outside corner, I'll say. I'm not saying it didn't hit the outside corner. I'm just saying it was a generous corner. So she's 0 for 1. That's the same place, and it was a ball. I can't prove this. It was in the same place scientifically, although I can go back through the Stones Radio Networks, go back through the archives, go back through the video, and find that do that side-by-side thing. It only took about 2 hours of work for Stones. 1-0 pitch is lifted foul outside of first, out of play, right over Jamil's head, who was relocated over to first. So we can do it. I mean, we have the technology. We have the expertise. I have neither. So when I say we can do it, it means he can do it. But we probably won't. Yeah, we'll just say it was a striker. Whatever. That one's fouled out of play again by Jackie. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th, 1 out. 2 hits for the Beavers in this one. They've gotten a runner to second base in the first and in the third, not able to bring them around. And the Wolverines have taken advantage of a couple of miscues by the Beavers, and they have scored their 2 runs. Young hits it high up in the air, short center field, shortstop going out. That's Enriquez, and she's going to make the catch in short center field. So 2 outs in this 4th inning, and here's Emily Ariano, the freshman out of Folsom, making her second at bat. She struck out in the 2nd inning, in the inning that Sutton struck out all 3 batters that she faced.
Emily Ariano.
Emily, 500 coming into the game, 8 runs batted in. She pops it up, first baseman coming in and makes the catch. That is Ari De La Losa. So easy inning there for Amaya Sutton. We go to the top of the 5th, and the Wolverines lead it 2-0.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 5th, Wolverines 2, Beavers nothing. Ellie Enriquez, Jazzy Smith, and Faith Mattis, the first 3 hitters, the top of the order for the Wolverines. Enriquez with a couple of hits, 1 bunt single and 1 ground ball into left field. Came in at 448. Shows bunt, takes that one in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Ellie Enriquez. Sophomore shortstop. She takes that one, but it's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jazzy Smith to follow. 1 in the first and 1 in the third for the Wolverines. The Beavers have gotten just 2 runners into scoring position over the first 4 at-bats and have not been able to bring anybody around against Amaya Sutton. Enriquez chops that one to third, but it's foul. Chased down by Bella Garcia. And we'll go 1 ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th inning for Sierra College. 28-1 on the season. 13-0 in Big 8 conference play. So we just got across that halfway point of the conference. Beavers are 6-7 after starting out 0-4. 1-2 is hit out toward shortstop. Going to have to hurry. McKay to first, not in time. Just if you're an infielder, when Enriquez hits a grounder, you just got to pick it up and throw it. You can't really straighten up or anything. As she just beat that one out for her 3rd hit of the game, and that'll bring up Jazzy Smith. Smith flied to left in the first and struck out in the third, so she is 0 for 2. See if they think sacrifice here in the top of the 5th. Although with Enriquez, who's first in the conference in stolen bases at first base. And there she goes. The throw is going to be to second. It will be too late. And she is in easily with a stolen base. Her 2nd of the day. Gives her, I believe, 25 on the season. And stretches her lead over Bella Garcia for the lead in the conference. And now with Jazzy Smith taking that one as a ball. First one was a ball. So it's 1-0. Smith shows bunt. She bunts it back toward the pitcher. Picked up by Romero over to first. Nice play by Bree, but a good sacrifice by Smith as Enriquez will go over to third. So the sacrifice works, and Faith Mattis will come up here with a runner at third and just 1 out in the 5th.
15, catcher Faith Mattis.
Mattis, a home run, 10 batted in. She popped out to second in the first, but then had a double down the left field line off the glove of Garcia. She fouls that one out of play. That was in the 3rd inning. So she is 1 for 2 and is down 0-1 in the count here. Enriquez down at third base. Infield is in for the Beavers. That means Young, Tomlinson, McKay, and Garcia are all pushed up. Outfield straight away and pretty deep for Mattis. She's going to bunt at it. She does, but it's foul. And it went off the catcher, Hannah Peterborough, so we will see as she's going to just take a moment. And the umpire is going to take a long time walking that new softball out. I think it's on the inside of the thigh there, so she's just going to take her time, and I think we'll give her all the time she wants. Walking it off right now, and the umpire, classy moves, just spent the time talking to the pitcher and kind of catching up on events of the day. I just saw Steph Curry is going to star in a new NBC sitcom this year, and I think that is the worst. I like Steph Curry a lot, but come on. Come on. Oh, I love that. Holy Moly is a great show. I like that show. But that's a different thing. Well, let's get back to this. 0-2. That's too high. And off the glove again. And here comes Enriquez, and she's going to score. So 2nd run scored on a wild pitch. Another one scored on an infield error. So Wolverines taking advantage out here today and now lead at 3-0. So 1-2 now on Mattis. Fly ball right field. Diaz is in her tracks, going to get it for the out. So can't really say, but she probably would have scored the run on that anyway. But still, that's a tough way to give up the 3rd run. 2 outs now, and here's Kendall Manley, who struck out and popped out to shortstop in 2 appearances for the first baseman, the freshman. 6 home runs, 28 runs batted in, and a .349 average coming in for Kendall Manley. One ball and no strikes. R.A.D. La Losa on deck. That's hit sharply, but it's foul down the third base line. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Beavers will have Hannah Peterburs, then Alexa Garcia and Callie Tomlinson, 6, 7, and 8 for them in the bottom of the fifth as they try to do something against Amaya Sutton and the Wolverines. Now they trail it 3-0. Wolverines trying to go 29-1 and 14-0 in conference play. Swinging and a foul in the catcher's glove. 1 ball and 2 strikes, although they didn't make it rain, so maybe there wasn't a foul. I thought it was definitely foul in the catcher's glove. I don't know if Stones is shaking his head or just shivering, and I will accept either one. That's hit sharply into left field, base hit right by Bella Garcia. Solidly hit by Manley. Second hit of the inning, 6th hit of the game for the Wolverines, and it'll bring up R.A.D. La Losa, who has walked and then reached on an error as her grounder to shortstop was thrown to first to end the third inning and initially called out. And then we went away for a commercial break, came back because the umpire had said on further review the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag and a run scored on that play. So she's 0 for 1 and up here at 295. That one is a little bit outside for a ball, 1-0. Maddie Redinger on deck. De La Losa, also a superb pitcher with an 0.74 ERA, leads the conference in earned run average. Maya Sutton on the mound in game 1. She is 3rd. That one is just a little outside, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Manley over at first base. That one is on the corner for a strike, 2-1. Looks like taking all the way was R.A.D. La Losa. 13 runs batted in on the campaign for game 1's first baseman for the Wolverines. Here's Romero's 2-1. Popped up out of play. Took something off that one. Hit it behind us, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Down low for a ball, 3-2. Next game for the Beavers after today's doubleheader, they go to Folsom and take on Folsom Lake College on Thursday. Then they are home. We are back here at noon on Saturday. They're taking on Monterey Peninsula College, ranked, I believe, number 2 or number 3 in Northern California and in the top 10 in the state as well. So 2 tough doubleheaders for the Beavers here in the span of about 5 days. 3-2 pitch. Inside corner, call strike 3. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Wolverines 3, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the 5th, Hannah Peterburs leading us off. Then Alexa Garcia and Kelly Tomlinson against Amaya Sutton, who's given up 2 hits over the first 4 innings and struck out 4. Peterburs struck out looking back in the second inning, so she is 0 for 1 in this one. Came in at 305. with a home run and 9 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch in there for a call strike on that outside corner. 0-1 on Hannah. Sophomore out of Roseville. Trying to get something started here, bottom of the 5th. That one is inside, 1-1. Time running out a little bit here for the Beavers. As I said, they've had 2 runners in scoring position, but Sutton has shut them down both times. That was in the first and the third. 1-1 to Hannah. Line drive right up the middle, base hit. Solid line drive by Peterborough. She's got her first hit of the game, 3rd for the Beavers. And here's Alexa Garcia, who struck out in the 2nd inning. Actually, we're going to get Chelsea Clark, it looks like, batting for Alexa Garcia. So Chelsea Clark coming up to the plate to hit for Garcia. Might be a re-entry situation. We'll check that out when the team goes back out on defense. But for now, it is Chelsea Clark coming on. Chelsea came on in the doubleheader
Now batting for the Beavers, number 17.
against
Chelsea
Diablo Valley. Came up
Clark.
with a big base hit and a walk in pinch hitting in both games. And she's up here against Sutton. Not an easy task to come off the bench and take on Amaya Sutton. So Peterborough's Hannah over at first. The first pitch to Clark is in there for a strike. Chelsea, a freshman out of Benjamin Holt High School. We're in number 17 for ARC. Mackenzie Prest is throwing over in the pen for the Wolverines, a left-hander. Clark swings and fouls that one over to our right. So she is quickly behind in the count, 0-2 against Sutton. Callie Tomlinson to follow for ARC. We've got a leadoff single from Hannah Peterborough here in the 5th. Just the 3rd hit given up by Sutton. Line drive, that's going to get down in left field for a base hit. Bobbled a little bit in left field by Barlow, but no chance for advancement by Hannah Peterborough. So Chelsea Clark comes through again. 2nd hit of the inning. And that puts runners at first and second, and Callie Tomlinson coming to play.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 4, second baseman, Callie Tomlinson.
Callie grounded to second base her first time up. She comes in at 281. So Alexa Garcia is going to come back in and run for Chelsea Clark. So the re-enter is re-entering. Thank you, Stones McCoy, for noticing that. I thought you were pointing to the right fielder, and I wanted to know why number 7 was all of a sudden playing right field. I'm not bright. Tomlinson takes one on the outside corner. A nice-looking pitch from Sutton for a strike. 0-1. So Clark comes on with the line drive pinch hit. First and second, and Tomlinson 0-1. Here's the pitch. She shows bunts it, but bunts it back to the screen and through the screen, actually. Nicely played. What a play over there by that young man who made the catch through the screen, and he's carrying an ABA basketball, too. So he might be, well, not technically ABA, but close to ABA. He might be our fan of the game. We have our mom of the game, and I think, obviously, Sam is our canine of the game. But we might have a fan of the game right there. So Tomlinson now 0-2. Sophie Peterborough's on deck. Fouls it away, so just reached out and spoiled that one, did Callie Tomlinson, a freshman from Orem High School. She said 281 coming into the game with the ground out to second in the first. Still worried about that Steph Curry NBC comedy, but we'll get back to that later, maybe post-game. That's grounded foul by Callie Thompson. Callie's just up there. She's just in a spoiling mood up there with 0-2 and a pitcher of this caliber. You're just up there just trying to get the bat on something. Hannah Peterborough's at second. Alexa Garcia re-enters for Chelsea Clark. She is at first. Nobody out here in the 5th.
Well, not now because 2 strikes, but,
Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes.
Well,
Fifth strikeout for Sutton, first since the second inning. And that will bring up Sophie Peterburs, who singled her first time up.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 10, center fielder Sophie Peterburs.
Grounded one off the glove of Jazzy Smith at third, right off the top of her glove. And beat it out to first base. And so she's up here with one out now. Bella Garcia on deck. That's a strike. 0-1 on Sophie. Comes in with a .319 average. And grab that hit back in the second inning. Make that the third inning. 0-1. Corners are up tight. Smith and De La Losa for the Wolverines. That one is a little bit too low, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Shortstop Enriquez looks to be coming over to third base in case of a bunt. At least she was on that play as Smith was charging Peterburs. Here's the 1-1. She shows bunt. She bunts it, but it's foul. Stays behind home plate, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Sophie. Two on, 1 out for the Beavers in the fifth. Call strike 3. So 2 singles and then 2 strikeouts, and so still first and second for the Beavers. And here is Bella Garcia, who is singled and grounded to second. 1 for 2 on the year, or on the game, 462 on the year.
Garcia.
She's followed by Jaden Diaz in the order. Ground ball, third baseman snags it. Smith over to first base and got her by a step. Good play by Jazzy Smith, and Sutton gets out of it with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. We go to the 6th. Wolverines lead it 3-0.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along to the top of the 6th here at Becky Russ Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Mark the Phantom Low here with Stones McCoy, bringing you American River College athletics on YouTube, also on the Mixlr app. Just search Stones Radio Networks. Maddie Redinger, Haley Barlow, and Riley Ernst, the first 3 hitters in the 6th, as the Beavers threatened in the bottom of the 5th, and a couple of strikeouts and a ground out, and no runs scored, so they still trail it 3-0. Redinger with a single and a strikeout, and the first pitch is outside. Her single was a bunt single she got when she was sacrificing, and sacrificed so well she beat it out. So she is 1 for 2, came in with an average of .339 on the year. The freshman infielder playing at second today. Fouls that one back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one now on Redinger.
I heard they have a thing where that makes the mouse move
Off-speed pitch just a little bit too high to Maddie. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth for the Wolverines. Beavers have got runners to second base in 3 of the previous 5 innings, but have not been able to bring anybody around. High fly ball left field. Going back is Garcia. She's on the warning track, comes in a step and makes the catch for the first out. So the ball hit well by Redinger. Not quite well enough for the Wolverines. 1 out, and here's Haley Barlow. Left fielder has sacrificed and flied to right, so she is 0 for 1 on the day. The sophomore, outfielder, second baseman, and pitcher, according to the roster. As the great Jamil Pugh decides, hey, I don't like it on the right side. I'm going to go back to the left side. But that's where they always seek him out with those line drives against the fence as he's doing his tremendous photography stuff. That's hit well to left field. It's going to be fouled down the line. And it is a long strike for Haley Barlow. So Jamil settles in. He's such great photography he's got, showcasing American River College athletes, and his XTG Media Company, which he does all kinds of media stuff, in which I can't even begin to tell you. You just got to go check him out, htgmedia.com. Took something off. That one just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, if he had some swag, it wouldn't hurt to throw some of it up here. I'm just saying. I mean, have an XTG hat. That would look pretty cool with no explanation at all. Just XTG. That would be awesome. 1-1 pitch hit sharply out toward shortstop off the glove of Taylor McKay, and it's going to be into center field for a base hit for Redinger. For Barlow, her first hit. Really sharply hit, a do-or-die situation for Taylor McKay out at shortstop, and got the glove on it, couldn't stop it. So that will bring up Riley Ernst, who has struck out and grounded to third. Actually, bunted to third. So she is 0 for 2. The freshman right fielder hitting in the number 8 spot for Sierra. She's bunting at that one right out in front of the plate. It's a foul ball as it was touched by catcher Hannah Peterburs. 0-1 on Ernst. Number 9 hitter Kaylee Vallette on deck. Oh and 1. Shows the bunt again, bunts it down the third base line. Beautiful bunt and good play by Mela Garcia, although she should pick it up after she lets it roll foul. You never know, those things have a tendency to come back on you. But she would not be able to make a play on Ernst at first, so she wisely let that one roll foul. And it is 0-2 on Riley Ernst. I would not be surprised if she tries it again on the third strike. Barlow at first base, 1 out here in the 6th. Ernst swings and lifts it foul down the third base line over by the dugout of the Wolverines, picked up by Bella Garcia. We're in the 6th, 3-0 Sierra College. Ellie Enriquez the difference basically, along with Amaya Sutton in this game. Enriquez with 3 hits, and she scored 2 runs. Actually, she scored 3 runs. That one on the outside corner, call strike 3. 2 outs. That is the 7th strikeout for Bria Romero. And brings up Kaylee Vallette, the number 9 hitter. Now we might have a pinch hitter. Here it is Kristen Dodd who's going to come off the bench and hit. Kristen Dodd, a freshman.
For Sierra College, number 5, Kristen Dodd.
So Kristen Dodd comes on. Vallette was 0 for 2. We'll see if she comes back in or if Dodd takes her place out in center field. But right now it's Dodd at the plate. Check swing, did she go? We're going to ask, and he says no, she did not go. So it is 1-0 on Kristen Dodd. Dodd hitting at 182 on the year. does have 14 runs batted in just 66 at bats. 1-0 pitch. Check swing again, and that time ball 2. So 2 swings that I could have said were swings, but unfortunately, although it sounds like it, I really have no power over the game. And that's, again, why I want to become a judge someday, because those guys get to do everything. But that's another discussion. 2-0. Dodd takes outside. No hesitation or question about that one. Ellie Enriquez is on deck at the top of the order. Romero just 1 walk so far in this game, but she is behind 3-0 to the pinch hitter, Christian Dodd. That one's right down the middle, 3-1. I like this umpire because when he calls strikes, it's almost like he's proud. He's very proud that the ball is in there. Very proud of the pitcher and proud of himself for calling it. I like that. 3-1. Hit high up in the air to center field. Peterborough is going to have to go back. She shades her eyes and gets it right in front of the warning track. So Dodd hit it well, but she is retired. No runs, 1 hit and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Sierra College 3, American River nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
I don't know what it is, Stones, but Blondie just sounds good. I don't know what that's all about. We got the music, rocking. Our usual DJ is not here today. I don't know who's handling the music. I guess maybe Rick is. I don't know, but throwing some Blondie down there, kind of enjoyable, All right, if you don't agree, that's fine. Okay. Jaden Diaz, Taylor McKay, and Jackie Young, the first 3 for the Beavers here in the 6th against Amaya Sutton, who's given up just 4 hits. First pitch is a strike, giving up just 4 hits in the first 5 innings. She has struck out 6. 3 of those in the 2nd and 2 of those in the 5th. So 5 of the 6 just in 2 innings. And here's Diaz, 0-1 on Jaden. 361 on the season. That one is call strike 2. Sacrificed back in the first, grounded to short in the 3rd, so she is 0 for 1 in this one. Has 8 runs batted in on the year, playing out in right field for Lisa Delgado and the Beavers today in game 1 of this one. She chops that one out towards shortstop, picked up by Enriquez over to first and has her by a step. Quick hands at short by Ellie Enriquez. Gets the ball over to first base and Ari De La Losa for the out on Jane Diaz. And here's Taylor McKay.
Taylor McKay.
2 flies to left field for Taylor McKay. 1 fair, 1 foul. And she is 0 for 2 in this one. Sophomore out of Paradise High School. Came in at 328 for the Beavers. Playing shortstop today other than her usual second base. High fly ball this time into short center. Going out is the shortstop Enriquez, and she's going to make the play in short left center. So a pop-up by McKay is out number 2 very quickly, and that'll bring up Jacqueline Young. Took a call, 3rd strike back in the 1st, popped to short in the 4th, so Jackie is 0 for 2 in this one, batting .329 entering today's game 1. She lifts that one down the right field line, giving chase as Ernst all the way into the foul territory and can't make the play. Almost got there, but Young will come back and do it again at no balls and 1 strike. Sutton allowed 4 hits so far in this one, and with those 7 strikeouts. Six strikeouts. That was close. 7 for Romero. Just misses the outside corner on that one, so Jackman Young ties things up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 2 coming up about half an hour after Game 1. We're looking to have a longtime local softball coach on a little mid-game guest, a little pre-game guest for Game 2. It's a new thing that Stones and I are trying. We just pick some guy out of the stands and put him on the air. Yeah, did you ever watch a softball game? All right, come on up, we need a guest. Because we decided between games takes us too long. We're just wandering around there. We're waiting to go. Everybody's eating lunch and nobody gives us anything. So we don't just talk to somebody. So we are going to take care of things. Swing and a miss on Jackie Young. Smooth Rick just shows, you can say my Lunchables are, something to eat, and they are tremendous. Lunchables are fantastic. No one doubts that. But, I mean, it's a far cry away from the kind of lunch people are getting around here. Inside corner on an off-speed pitch, call strike 3. There's a 7th strikeout for Sutton. We go to the top of the 7th. Sierra leads this one 3-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 7th, top of the order for the Wolverines. They lead at 3-0. Ellie Enriquez, Jazzy Smith, and Faith Mattis against Bree Romero. Enriquez 3 for 3 on the day. A bunt single, a ground ball into left field, and a ground ball to shortstop that she beat out. So she has also scored all 3 runs. Left-handed hitter. Shows bunt. That one is outside for a ball. Garcia crashing down from third. Young the same from first. .448 coming in today for Ellie Enriquez. She was 4th in the conference in hitting. She's probably moved up a little bit since then. She bunts that one, but that one's going to go foul. Run down by Hannah Peterburs. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike with Jazzy Smith to follow. Wolverines on the verge of going to 29-1 on the season and 14-0 in conference play. Looks at it to bunt, doesn't put it down. She pulled the bat back according to the umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch was high. And it is 2-1. For what it's worth, I agree with the umpire. I think he made the right call in this case. But, I just had to put that tone in my voice like I didn't agree with him. Because, can't start agreeing with umpires. That one is right over the middle of the plate. As Enriquez thought about bunting it, pulled the bat back, and it split the plate. So it's 2-2 now on Ellie. Wearing number 7 for the Wolverines. Sophomore shortstop. Pops that one up left side. It might stay in play, giving chase Garcia, and she can't make the play over by the fence. So Enriquez is going to have another chance as Garcia coming all the way over to the fence by the on-deck circle. And she had that fence coming up awful quickly on her. So we go back, do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She chops that one foul, but that is going to go over toward the third base coach. He does the just uses the foot, just stops it in his tracks. Didn't because he didn't want to bend over and try to get on the short hop, so just put the foot down, stop it. Obviously done it before. Two balls, 2 strikes, top of the 7th. Chopped out towards shortstop. That's going to be tough play by McKay, and it's not in time to first base. So Enriquez takes advantage of that extra life, picks up her 4th hit of the game, and that'll bring up Jazzy Smith.
Number 1, your baseman.
Smith has flied to left, struck out in sacrifice, so she is 0 for 2 so far. Enriquez already with 2 stolen bases to add to her league-leading total. Now it's 25. Smith shows bunt, pulls it back, and then she takes a call strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Sophomore third baseman, we're number 1, Jazzy Smith. That one's outside. There goes the runner. The throw to second base is just a little bit too late, and sliding in is Enriquez with her 3rd stolen base of the first game. Good throw by Peterbridge, just a little bit too late. Good jump by Enriquez. The pitch was, I believe, a ball, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike now on Jazzy Smith. 2 home runs for Jazzy Smith, 23 runs batted in, and she's got Enriquez out there at second base with nobody out here. Hit sharply down to the third, knocked down by Garcia, picks it up, throws across the diamond, gets her by a step at first base. Excellent play by Bella Garcia over at third, and Enriquez has to hold at second. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Faith Mattis, who is popped to second, doubled, and flied to right. So she is 1 for 3 in this one. She looks to pick up an RBI. She has 10 on the season so far. First pitch is on the outside corner. Call strike. 0-1 to Faith Mattis. Kendall Manley on deck. Mattis hitting in the number 3 spot for the Wolverines here. Game 1 of 2. Check swing that she did not go and is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1. Enriquez waits at second base as Romero checks the wristband, and here's the 1-1. Let up on that one is a little bit too low. 2-1. Good looking crowd out here today, and a little bundled up as we have a little bit of a breeze coming through. 2-1 pitch is hit sharply out towards shortstop. McKay's got it across the diamond at first, got her, and Enriquez has to hold. So good play by Taylor McKay on the sharp hit grounder by Faith Mattis, and so here's Kendall Manley, who struck out, popped out, and singled. So she is 1 for 3. 6 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Second in the league in home runs, third in runs batted in. And she's up here with Enriquez, still out at second base after singling and stealing, but 2 groundouts, and she's had to stay there. Manley pops that one into right field. Diaz moving back. Now she moves over to her left for a step, reaches up and makes the catch. So good job by Bria Romero, retiring the side after Enriquez got to second. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Wolverines 3, Beavers nothing.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving into the bottom of the seventh, Beavers trailing 3-0. They need to get 3 runs, obviously. Emery Ariano, Hannah Peterburs, and Alexa Garcia, the first 3 hitters against Amaya Sutton, who's given up 4 hits through the first 6 innings, and she has a strike on Emily, who is struck out and popped to first, so she is 0 for 2. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2 on Emily Ariano. Beavers will drop to 6-8 in conference play if they lose this one. And the Wolverines improve to 14-0. Grounded foul down the third base line toward the dugout as Emily got an off-speed pitch and spoiled it to stay alive at 0-2. Hannah Peterburs to follow, and then Alexa Garcia. Sutton pitches a high fastball that's fouled back by Emily Ariano. So it stays 0-2. Reminder, after this one, we'll be back for game 2 in about 30 or 35 minutes. But before that, we're experimenting with our, between game interview. And so we'll be doing that in about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game. So check us out then. That one is called strike 3 outside corner for the first out. Always trying new stuff on the Stones Radio Networks. And, this is kind of like my idea, though, and so Stones likes to reserve judgment when stuff is my idea, and if something goes wrong technically, I get blamed for it, but that's okay. Here's Hannah Peterburs, struck out in the second, but singled in the fifth, so she is 1 for 2, hit that one right back up the middle in the fifth. Leading off that inning, ended up at second base. Takes that one high for a ball, 1-0. Hannah came in at .305, a home run, and 9 runs batted in. Takes that one inside corner, call strike 1-1. And remember, if you can't watch the second game, you're out on the road or something, you want to listen to the second game, download that Mixlr app. Search Stones Radio Networks. We've got that opportunity for you, too. Adding that to the arsenal. Popped up right side. Second baseman's going to call for it. First base, nobody called for it, and it drops in there fair. So Maddie Redinger, I thought, called for it, but then the first baseman, De La Losa, looked up there, got it into the sun a little bit, and Peterborough is going to get herself a gift single there. Fifth hit for the Beavers, and here's Alexa Garcia, who struck out in the second inning, and she was pinch hit for by Chelsea Clark in the fifth, and Chelsea singled. And now Alexa, who re-entered to run, is now back up at the plate. 1 out and 1 on. Kelly Tomlinson to follow. Alexa Garcia has 3 home runs. Swings and misses, like looking for number 4 right there, but a little bit behind the fastball from Sutton. Eight strikeouts for Sutton in this one so far. 5 hits allowed. Here's the 0-1. Garcia takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ariano struck out starting the inning, then a pop fly that was lost by the infield, a base hit for Peterborough. She's at first. And a 1-1 count on Alexa Garcia. 286 coming in for the freshman out of Rockland. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Good cut, just couldn't get it. She's got 21 runs batted in. And to go with those 3 home runs. Takes a minute to step out and then step back in against Amaya Sutton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garcia out on strikes, 2 outs, and here's Callie Tomlinson.
Now batting for the Beavers, number 4, second baseman, Callie Tomlinson.
Callie has struck out and grounded to second, so 0 for 2 so far in this one for the second baseman out of Orem High School, the freshman. Hits that one foul outside of first over by Woodchip Mountain. 0-1. Kind of a diminished Woodchip Mountain, but it's still Woodchip Mountain to all of us who remember the old days of Woodchip Mountain. when it was a majestic peak over there. Now it's more like Woodchip Hill, but it still retains the name. 0-1 pitch coming from Sutton. Cali hits that one over right about the same place, so it'll be 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Wolverines 3, Beavers nothing. Outside corner call, strike 3, and that's your ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left in the 7th. Our final score, Sierra College 3, American River College nothing. El Enriquez goes 4 for 4, and Maya Sutton throws a 5-hitter and strikes out 10. That's pretty much your story. We're back with Game 2 in about a half an hour, and, of course, we're back with our Between Games interview in about 20 minutes right here on the Stones Radio Networks and ARC Athletics YouTube.